So, just had a storm, and it made everything very messy. Oh, I don't think it shows on camera all that well, but the water is steaming. And that's why there's a fountain in the pool, because the water got so hot that it just turned into a big old pool of what feels like sweat. That's not very refreshing. Oh, y'all got cooked. Some fried ferns. Apparently 100-degree weather is where the paniculata hydrangeas drew the line and just gave up on life. They were so pretty. Just gotta cut those back now. Oh, the carnage. Oh. So many cut off. Now, I really think this needs a heavier cut back, but the flowers were so heavy that the whole plant was drooping forward. And the paniculata hydrangeas will rebloom on old wood, not just new wood. They'll bloom on both. So instead of with a lot of hydrangeas, you cut them back all the way. With these guys, I'm going to go ahead and let them chill. You can see the heat damage. It's mostly on the undersides. I think that's from the heat radiating up from the patio when it was over 100 degrees there for a few days. And it kind of cooked the insides here a little bit. So I'm going to give these a few days and let them readjust now that they're not wilting down. Really, it's just this one. I'm not cutting back this one yet because it still has some nice looking flowers on it. I want to enjoy them as long as I can, but I also don't want to let too much time pass between the cutbacks because I want them to rebloom on the same schedule. But this one did start blooming maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks before this one did. So that's probably why the flowers went out faster. I mean, that makes the most sense, but I, couldn't help but wonder if heat damage had something to do with it, because yesterday, or the day before, the flowers looked fine, then it got hot and they just turned brown. For the most part, anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a few days to kind of readjust itself and let the branches get back into position. Then I'm going to do a slightly heavier pruning, and that's to help get everything to fill back out on the inside. And then by doing a heavy cutback like that, it's going to help give the plant a much heavier bloom when you have more branches. If they're going to bloom off of new wood and old wood, then giving it a bigger cutback will hopefully spur more new growth and end up with more flowers. But we will see. But not looking too happy right now, that's for sure. But I'm going to give it some time to rest, and I will, not today. Everything is so saturated from the amount of rain we had that I don't think fertilizing it today is really going to do it any good because everything's so saturated. So I think it needs a slight drying out first. But when that happens, I'm going to give it a good dose of fertilizer that has a good amount of iron in it and nitrogen to help really fill the plant back out and get it more lush. And then chances are in the next couple days, we'll have to say goodbye to these beauties. It's too bad. So pretty. But the advantage to doing this hard cutback, heavy cutback, is that what's going to happen, hopefully, is that the branches will thicken out. Especially the branches that are moving vertically up the trunk. Man, look at this. I want to pull these leaves out so bad, but they're still soggy, and they'll fall off on their own. You can just leave them instead of causing an open wound in the plant. But the branches will get more thick, more sturdy, and then hopefully the drooping will be more just at the tips where the blooms are instead of the entire branches falling forward. That's the idea anyways. I don't know. We will see. Maybe go through here and just cut off what still looks good, which isn't that, and just make some flower arrangements. That would be a good option to keeping these on the same schedule with their cutbacks. But you can see this one, it has a lot more new growth on it. than that other one did. I think that maybe the sun was it just bakes over there. The sun's weird back here because the trees are all different sizes and whatnot. You know, I think I'm gonna wait a day or so because I'm not quite ready to cut these off of here just yet. Oh, you thirsty? That's not for you. Get out of there. Need to go get some steaks for these guys. The rain pushed them down. And I don't know if they're gonna stand back up on their own. The blooms are so big. And I forgot to film an end to that video. Whoops. Gramidophilum's getting ready to bloom. Things are very dark. It was too hot to do anything during the day, so I've been doing a lot of my yard work at night, which feels weird, but it's also kind of nice. Oh, that's really dark. I wasn't looking at my screen. Whoop. I wonder if I'm going to regret putting my camera in the water. It's supposed to be waterproof, but it usually messes things up, and I bet this is not recording my audio properly. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. If you haven't and you'd like to, don't forget to like and subscribe. I try and upload a few different times a week, and don't forget to keep on growing. Bye-bye.